Good morning, Western Washington, and happy Tuesday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and today we're going to take a look at the forecast for the next few days here with these systems moving through. So starting this morning here with the radar, you can see some light showers off the coast this morning. We'll have some showers moving through the area at times today, but it should be pretty light rain and just a pretty calm day overall. You can see if we look at the satellite, there are some clouds moving across the area today. It will be mostly cloudy, and our next system is kind of offshore. You can't really see it in this view here. Taking a look at the overall pattern, you can see the ridge is moving off to the east very quickly, and you can see this troughing moving closer to us. This is our system. This will bring our cold front there tomorrow on Wednesday, and then this troughing is going to bring continuing showers all the way through Thursday and then into Friday as well. And you can see there that troughing moves south over the southwest U.S., and we have a brief ridge here, but there's going to be an atmospheric river riding up along the ridge here over Vancouver Island, and by the time we get to Saturday, that's going to start to sag into Washington, so don't let this ridge fool you. It's not actually going to be that nice of weather. And you can see that ridge sag south, and the atmospheric river will sag south as well, and will not really impact Western Washington all that much. It'll be pretty quick moving, and then by the time we get to the end of Sunday, another trough is starting to move into the area with more rain likely to start Monday. So let's take a look at that precipitation forecast. You can see today we have some light showers across the area. Those should be mainly in the mountains. Some of the lowlands could get a few hundredths of an inch, but really just some nuisance drizzle, that's it. You can see our frontal system there off the coast this evening moves in overnight into Wednesday midday, and actually moves through pretty quickly there, and by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, we'll have a lot of showers behind this frontal system with it looks like here we got those showers really favoring the coast and the Cascades and areas from Seattle northward, and possibly convergence zone. Those showers continue at times all the way through Thursday. By the time we get to late Thursday night, we dry out, but then you can see this atmospheric river starting to impact parts of western British Columbia there, especially the coast of Vancouver Island. As we go into late Friday, that will bring showers across most of western Washington. And then as we go into Saturday, you can see that this rain will mainly stay falling for the coast, the Olympics, and the North Cascades. But as we go into Sunday, it starts to move across western Washington in a little bit more steady variety, because you can see there are some showers there on Saturday, but by Sunday it moves across the area, pretty steady rain there. And then as we go into Monday, you can see more showers continuing across western Washington. So let's take a look at how much rain we're expecting in total here. We start and go through today. You can see how those showers are mainly confined to the mountains there. This is through late tonight. You can see just showers in the Cascades, a little bit maybe in some of the lowlands. As we go into Wednesday morning, you can see that frontal system moves through there and then brings a convergence zone. You see that convergence zone signature there. By the time we get to Wednesday evening, rain total should be about a quarter inch for most of the lowlands, except in the Everett area around the Kingston-Homish County line. With that convergence zone, you could get a half to 3/4 of an inch. And then you can see on the coast there over a half inch as usual. And then as we go through Thursday, you can see showers continuing across the area, and then more rain at times on Friday, especially on the coast. You can see how the rain really stacks up on the coast and in the North Cascades through Saturday and then into Sunday there with that atmospheric river. And then it does bring rain to most of the lowlands through this time as well. We're going to end this forecast here at 11 p.m. Sunday. So you can see the Cascades and the Olympics and the coasts get 3 to 6 inches of rain in total, and the lowlands will get the most up in Whatcom County there with 2 to 4 inches, and then from Whatcom County southward, expect a total of about 1.8 to 2.5 inches all the way through Sunday night. So this will be a pretty decent shot of rainfall this week for the area. But something to keep in mind, and we'll take a look at this in just a second here, not all of this is going to be rain at the higher elevations in the Cascades. So let's take a look at that here. It will be cooling down with these troughs moving through, and as we play this forecast through here, you can see by the time we start to get to early Wednesday morning, you can see that snow starting to fall on the mountain peaks like Mount Baker and Mount Rainier. And as we go through Wednesday, you can see that snow becomes more widespread across parts of the North Cascades and the Olympics. And as we go through Thursday and then into Friday there, we're going to stop this Friday night, you can see that most areas above 4,000 feet do get a few inches of snow. This forecast is showing 2 2 to 4 inches or so, maybe a little bit more for Stevens Pass, and an inch or two for Snoqualmie Pass. That really shouldn't be impactful there. And then the North Cascades Highway could get 4 to 6 inches potentially. Same with the Mount Baker Highway and Chinook Pass. So some of these higher passes that are still open because it's really not winter yet could see 4 to 6 inches of snow, maybe a little bit more. And then places like Paradise could get upwards of a foot of snow by the end of this week. So it will definitely feel like fall and in some ways winter out in some of the mountains. So if you are going to be hiking in the backcountry, do be very aware of this. This is a pretty significant shift from dry weather to a decent amount of snow for October. So we'll keep watching the snow forecast over the next few days as well. Now let's take a look at high temperatures. You can see today from Seattle northward, highs mainly in the upper 50s there, and from Seattle southward and on the coast, highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. Cool down a little bit on Wednesday from Seattle northward, highs in the mid to upper 50s, and upper 50s to low 60s from Seattle southward and on the coast. You can see a more significant cool down there on Thursday with highs from Seattle northward remaining only in the low to mid 50s and mid to upper 50s from Seattle south and then out there on the coast as well. On Friday, you can see a similar story, mid to upper 50s Seattle north, mid to upper 50s Seattle south as well, maybe some low 50s up in Whatcom and Skagit counties there and then along this strait. On Saturday, with that atmospheric river to the north and a little bit of ridging, we will warm up a tiny bit there with highs from Seattle northward in the upper 50s to low 60s and highs in the low 60s from Seattle south. A few areas like some of the valleys south of Seattle there could hit the mid-60s briefly, and similar conditions across the area on Sunday before we start to cool down yet again on Monday with highs dropping back to the low to mid-50s from Seattle north and the mid-50s from Seattle south and on the coast. And into next week, we could drop even more toward the low to mid-50s by the middle of next week, but that's looking pretty far off into the extended forecast. Speaking of the extended forecast, this is a little bit more accurate of a picture of what we could be expecting for next week here. This is October 22nd to 28th, and you can see a decent chance of below average temperatures there for most of the Northwest, especially for Western Washington. And then when we look at the precipitation forecast, you can see near average to slightly above average for Western Washington, and then above average for Eastern Washington, which is good news, and for parts of Northern California. All of this is definitely good news for the West Coast, as we do need the rain. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and share these videos. It's the best way to help Western Washington weather grow. And we do have a couple more systems coming up this week, so stay tuned for more information on that, especially that mountain snow forecast, as our first snow is likely in the next couple days here. So I will talk to you all tomorrow.